Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Clash of Cosmos, episode 58. And as Corey said, it is time to consume some C.O.C.
Favorite part of the day.
Man. That's the only probably positive that we're going to have. This team hasn't given it. It's funny. I was hosting with, or I was co-hosting Lacuna last night, and someone mentioned the fact that I might be cursed, or we might be cursed as a channel, and we're the reason that the Galaxy are actually playing as bad as they are is because we started the podcast and the Galaxy haven't won since. I was trying to hide that for a while, but I think it might be true. We might be the reason. I'm starting to think it's us.
That's Vanny Cope. I don't want to fucking hear it. No Vanny Cope in this chat.
No Vanny Cope in this chat is probably the best way of going about it. But I'm Dylan. That's Mila. That's Andrew. Guys, I don't know how many more of these episodes we can do without burning every topic that we've talked about for the last, I don't know, year and a half, which is this.
We might have to start burning effigies at this point. Like verbally, we've kind of said it all.
You might be right. We might have to start doing other things on the channel. Like if you guys have suggestions, let us know. If they're remotely okay and not going to get us canceled, like I'm willing to try anything that's not talking about the Galaxy at this point. I think that's a good segue.
Do a mukbang.
No. Oh, that's a great idea. We could do that. I'm down. I'm running out of ideas, dude. All right, let's kick on.
So is Vandy.
David Beckham. Oh goodness me! Can he do it? Yes, he can. Robbie Keane continues to captivate. Back from the dead. LA Galaxy level things up. It is now over. The Los Angeles Galaxy have won their 6th MLS Cup.
Thanks for getting us close to 900. We're at 894. I'm trying ASMR. So, plug. Yeah, no, seriously. 894. The Premier League season is just around the corner. Mila will be making a predictions video for his thing. I know Grant just finished making his right now in StreamYard, so he is editing and getting his all together. I just posted mine today, so if you want to hear our predictions for the Premier League season, they're coming out throughout the season. Yeah. Jeez, season this week. I'm sorry. This team is fucking doing my head in. Cool Will. Welcome to the C.O.C network. What's up, dog? Joe Cool. Yeah, man. We are looping at this point. It's funny. The first game of the season, I tweeted this. The first game of the season, we talked about Garces and his red card and how he should no longer be here, because his IQ is not, his IQ isn't matching up to his talent. We are, I don't know what, 20 or so episodes into the year, 20 games into the year, and nothing has changed, which is kind of the summary of the whole thing. It just feels like we're running out of time for everything and everyone and every bit of it. Andrew, you talked about that during your 5 things, so I'm going to let Mila, who started the hype train for Garces out.
Whatever the opposite of hype train is.
Yeah,
I was the first one. I'm the conductor. Yeah. I feel like from day one, when we started this channel, I've been saying that Garces is not good enough to play in this team. As a center back, he lacks the IQ to be a starter and to play consistent minutes, let alone fucking 10 minutes in this game.
Yeah, something like that.
Like at this point, the red cards have been such a problem for so long now that you can't just write it off. It's part of his game. It's not going to change because it hasn't changed. And it's just unnecessary. Because he's put in a little bit of a situation. I just watched the goal back, and I replayed it maybe 25 times, left, right, on YouTube. And Garces does well to stay in line because if he steps, it's going to open up and that ball gets played either way. But what I don't like is that he just doesn't stop the ball from being played because it's not that fast of a ball. He could totally just go to ground and block the pass off. Instead, he lets the pass go by and then he decides to pull him down after he's let the ball go by him. And then he gets a red card, which is the one thing we did not need in trying to scrape back against a good Houston defense. And we just shoot ourselves in the foot, tactically shot ourselves in the foot because he takes out Maya Yoshida, who happens to be one of our best players in terms of building up the ball. And especially when we're down, he takes it upon himself to get involved in those situations. So we went from having someone that wants to do that and is good at that to being down a player because of a tactical decision.
Tactical. I had to go back and listen to Vanny's press conference, especially after talking to Rob about it, because I was like, there's no way he said that. And in the manner in which he said it, every time he tried to explain it further, it got worse. Like the explanation got worse.
Honestly, if you listen to his press conference, he just says fucking a whole bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
He just says a bunch of words. I watched plenty of press conferences. I'm trying to understand what his thought process is, and you can't get an understanding of what he's thinking and what he thinks went wrong because he says everything went wrong, basically. He's just very casual about it, so it doesn't seem like he's putting any pressure on people. But I don't know. I'm upset with Garces, but at this point, it's not Garces who keeps putting himself in the team sheet.
Yeah. I look, Vanny's explanation as to why the play went wrong is exactly the mess that we continue to get ourselves into, which is we're pressing needlessly in a game where it was a billion degrees. He knew that going into it. We all knew this going into it.
This is another thing too, though. We didn't really press that well. We weren't really pressing.
No, because it was
even in that play, like we hardly press. We put barely any effort into pressing on that play, and our entire midfield gets bypassed except for one player, and then that's what allows this play to happen, basically. But I'm failing to understand how we can be hesitant to commit to tackles, to be aggressive and go in, and how we're also out of position defensively. How to me, like one or the other, like you give one.
Living in no man's land, it sounds like.
Yeah.
No benefits from our defensive shape right now is alarming, especially with the experience we have and the leadership we have at the defensive positions. And again, that comes back to coaching for me, because something has to be extremely wrong in that sense for these types of players to not have a sense of positioning on the pitch. And maybe that just went away a little more as the game went on and we put a little less experienced players on the field. So I might be being critical of that. But I don't know. Our defensive shape is not great. And it's something that was harped on early on in the season, promised to us. And we're getting no goals. We're not fucking keeping clean sheets. Our big signing comes on, like, because after a red card.
About as shitty as a debut for your star to come into. Like I'm not saying that we shouldn't have given him the minutes to see if he could have dragged us out of the mud, but this is the whole problem with the whole Chucky signing in general, is we're asking him to be a savior. And regardless of what happens, like he's going and fighting an uphill battle. And I don't know, in Houston, in a disgusting game where it was humid and 90 degrees and we were down a man, like, did that feel like the right opportunity to, like, clearly he's not fit enough to give us fucking anywhere close to 90, which is crazy. Dude's not, I mean, look, he hasn't played in 9 months.
I don't think it's fitness.
But
I don't think it's fitness. I think it's
you
match
think they're
sharpness.
saving?
No, I think it's match sharpness.
It's
so irritating.
Like, it's a real thing. But honestly, he looks sharp, so that should be out the door now. And he's one of the only people giving it 110%.
Yeah. I don't know if they're trying to
It's-
save it. What? Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Andrew.
No, for me, the issue with players like Chucky is players like Royce. Even we've kind of seen is we talk about these fantastic players that on paper the Galaxy do have. At the end of the day, Will Kuntz is going to say, "Look at this team I've put on paper. You know that's his job, right?" And again, if you look on paper, especially now with Sergi, these additions, the team does look strong. But regardless, these are good players that are isolated. They're on islands. We've talked about Marco Royce being on an island. We see Chucky now. It's kind of a similar situation. Even when he's on the pitch, he's either can't get on the ball because he's not quite there yet. Again, a time might save that, but he still has players like Paints alongside him who don't have the confidence to release passes and things like that. And so the impact of a player like Chucky, which they can have a big impact, which is what Will Kuntz and Greg Vanney are backing on, but it's isolated. And who cares? The potential of impact doesn't do anything if the system doesn't allow that to thrive. And makes me worry about the Sergio Roberto incoming as well. If this team that he's going to be so vital for is going to do anything, he needs to be a 90-minute Iron Man from now until the MLS Cup final if we get that far, which I think is pretty ambitious, but that would require him being super available, which is going to be a pretty tall order from a 35-year-old midfielder who's also kind of just getting into sharpness as well. Right now would be his preseason. The Serie A right now, they're playing their preseason games in England. You know, they're doing their tours. He's a player who's going to be getting into it, maybe even more so than Chucky. So it's these players, again, are here on paper, but a lot of the context around them, whether it's the team or just them not being fit right away, just a matter of time, it limits that impact big time. And that's scary.
Yeah. It is scary. The reason that I titled this podcast "Running Out of Time," and we're going to talk about it with this SJ game, this next like 3-game stretch for the LA Galaxy is, in my opinion, 9 points or bust. If we do not pick up 3 wins, we don't pick up 3 results, I will pencil in this as a season that is just in the wash. Like, regardless if we make the playoffs as a play-in team or whatever, I just know that the ambitions and where this team will place is just not good enough. And so, yeah, the next 3 games, San Jose, Montreal, San Diego, 3 teams that are in and around us, right? From that game, you play New England, who's been good this year, Vancouver, who's in first, Seattle, who's bad, but Seattle's always tough, Minnesota, who's been good, St. Louis, who since the break has been insane, Portland, same thing. Play San Diego again, then you play LA, Austin, and Salt Lake. So, look, the season gets exponentially more difficult over the next 3 games, and Sergio Roberto, we don't even know if he's going to play in the next 3 games. We know he's not playing in this one on Wednesday. He's supposed to be here this week, which means that he won't be match sharp to Mila's point, which is the same thing.
They're saying
Chucky.
hopefully today, but that came and went.
Yeah, and right. So that's not the case. And then we're just and it's tough to win on Montreal on the road because it's fucking forever away. And so it just feels like the season has slipped out of our hands. We've made these win now moves that aren't even win now. This was kind of my issue with the Chucky loan to begin with, is like we made win now moves, but nothing is adding up timeline wise for this to be win now. We have a game played more than everybody else in the Western Conference. And we continue to put out lineups and reward people like Garces who have continually shot us in the foot this season. And the people that need to be in the plans longer term don't get that shine. Rindov was one of those people that we talked about last season quite a bit at the end. And we thought that coming into this, we were like, our center back depth is the best. And Rindov was one of the reasons why. The dude's played 1 fucking minute. And I can't imagine that he has been worse in training and would be worse on the pitch than whatever Garces has been this season, or even to a certain extent like Yoshida. There was a portion where Yoshida wasn't playing well. Like Rindov could have gotten minutes in that stretch. We just threw Garces back out there. This tactical decision was to put a guy who clearly doesn't have his head completely screwed on, hasn't all season. 1 more red card for Garces this year, and he breaks an MLS record. We've got 14 games or something like that. It's incredible. He shouldn't see the pitch again. I think we're all on board with, like, if there was a transfer available for him, we'd all let him go.
Who the fuck's going to take him? But yeah, of course. But who the hell's going to take a guy that can't play? And it's not even because of injury issues. It's because he fucking is a dumbass and gets red carded every other game.
Yeah.
I think it makes it puts even more pressure to make that move happen. Right now, he at least still has some of that benefit of youth. But in a couple of years, that goes pretty quickly.
It does go pretty quickly. from how far he has fallen in terms of like, I remember when we were talking like in group chats, me, Mila, and Dari about just how good he was. I went on vacation during that stretch of the season, so I missed it a bunch, and Jalen Neal got replaced, and I was super upset about it because I really like Jalen Neal. And Garces, you guys were like, he's just insane. Like, you just have to watch him play. I watched him play, and you were right. And to go from that, which is just another thing of like Granny or Vanny, and we can continue on that path, but it just feels like all of the players that were good in that one season have now regressed to a point where it can't just be an isolated incident, right?
That's interesting. I really appreciate you bringing that up. That idea has kind of come up with Kyogo. We kind of recently got a chance to compare his debut, those 20 minutes or so against Dallas, where he looked really dynamic, looked really exciting, versus his first start where he's in the 9. And I don't know if he's not allowed to, but he doesn't get the chance to drop back or get involved in the play at all. Can't impact it. And all of a sudden we see a much limited version of Kyogo once, Vanny Ball kind of gets his hands on him. We've kind of talked about how that was similar to Nascimento. There's probably other players we could list as well. The question of does Vanny make players better or worse is getting an interesting shade.
Is there a single player that we can name that he's made better?
One of his biggest success stories, I think, is Mark Delgado. They have history, way back in Toronto as well. But since then, it becomes a big question.
Yeah, I mean, Delgado was good in the team that was good, right?
And
like,
he's good. He's a great player.
Yeah, and those guys, I would say that the only players that have gotten better have moved on to other teams and have looked better. Like even Cerrillo in his first game with Club America looked better, right? Like all the guys.
That's what we've said, right? In a good system, he's going to look great. Once he has some help, he's a part of a good midfield on his own.
The fact that it's staring us all in the face, it's staring us in the face. Like we haven't seen it, but like the fact that it's staring AEG in the face and that they have just essentially poo-pooed their 2 chances to get rid of him. And my only thought at this point is it comes down to monetary value. Like they don't want to pay him his severance check, right? That they're going to have to pay him if they fire him at this point. And they're just like, meh, well, we'll just kick that can. The kicking the can down the road thing just continues.
They fucking extended him.
Yep, they did. And they made their own issue, but now they don't have the balls
business. Like, I don't understand this. Yeah. Like they want to say like, oh, like, well, maybe like it could be operating as a business and they don't want to eat the cost, but they're eating a cost right now. They're losing fans every fucking day. And they're losing viewers every day. And they try to supplement that with fucking Hello Kitty collabs, with increased price of parking, increased price of concessions, every fucking clothing collab on the planet. It's running its course, and people are waking up more and more every day. So I don't know. I feel like it's almost like they're purposely running the business into the ground.
I would say they're running a brand and not a football club. You mentioned all these things. It's all to sell. It's like the football club, the match days is just a vehicle to get eyes on the billboards, on those Hello Kitties, on the clothing brand collaborations. It's a brand. The LA Galaxy brand is what the AEG have loved the past 10 years. We talked about the decade of complacency that we recently boycotted about. It was because of that. We were kind of ran as a brand. We had our little fit. The team reacted, and now it's like they immediately want to coast to being a brand again.
It's like Shein getting the hottest supermodel that they can find. That's what we're doing on a weekly basis. That's what that Chucky decision goes. Like everyone knows we're cheap, but we're trying to look not cheap. It's abysmal. It's abysmal. This is what this is running out of ideas, running out of time. You can say that on and off the field. It just feels like they're lacking any form of integrity to what the Galaxy brand should be, and they're just operating on what it has been, and they know that they can just get enough money to see it out. The Chucky thing, like with Houston selling out that game, this is exactly why they made this move, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. They know that he'll put butts in the seats. Mm-hmm. disappointing, man. It's disappointing. We aren't a better team today than we were with Peck, right, before the break. We're just not.
No.
Not even close.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just disappointing. Do you guys have any? I guess we'll just switch it back to tactics and going back onto the field. Clearly, we're not being creative enough. We didn't have a shot on goal.
We didn't have Royce. But also to that point, like I don't think we weren't creative enough. I think we had chances to have shots on goals. Our finishing was just fucking terrible. Plenty of chances. Harbor Miller had a chance that went over. Ainsel had a chance that went over, and he could have passed on that too. Like, there were opportunities, and you have to take what you can get against a team like Houston, who have been an absolute unit defensively in their past couple games. Going in this game, that should have been what Vanny was hammering on the head, is that we have to take advantage of our chances. And maybe he did, but I like, this is where he gets some saving grace because he can't go out there and score the goals. I thought decision making was terrible. There was like I don't know, a lack of focus when it came to the finishing, I think. And then you get that stat that we don't have a single shot on target in a game where we're trailing 1-0. So that's cool.
I was looking at the shot charts. I think we had 9 shots and 2 of them came from within the box.
I think
it was the two shots that I just mentioned.
Yeah, and those are the 2 shots that you mentioned. So like the 7 other shots, while like, yeah, they were shots, like they're just not high quality opportunities. We're just shooting to shoot.
Across the pitch, there's
that happens against good defensive teams. Like I'm not really upset with that.
No, the mentality.
We didn't get many shots on, but like no shots on target, meaning we didn't challenge the goalkeeper.
Nope.
It's a scary sight. Again, I go back to we didn't have Royce, and we said all season that's our only creator in the squad. So if you want to look at it that way, then yeah, we could have told you the second he was left off the roster that we weren't going to get a shot on target.
Yeah, Andrew,
but I think they need to be better.
Sorry.
That was it. I think they need to be better.
I'm so tired, man. I'm so tired of this. This is nauseating. This conversation is nauseating from the fact that we've had this conversation for what? 10 weeks straight? With almost 2 different teams at this point? With 2 different personnels, 2 different styles, like as much as I don't want, like, you're right. I shouldn't blame Vanny because he's not the person that's on the field that's, creating it.
Whoa.
I shouldn't blame him for that specific instance. Sorry. Like, he's not the one taking the shot, so I can't blame him for not being clinical. I just feel like we're putting we just don't have any form of tactical creativity. Like
anything.
Like, I think the best man, we talked about this, like when the best managers don't have their best player, that's when you really see them shine, right? Like that's when you know where their tactical groove is. Look, I understand that the midfield 3 of Hacks, Sanabria, and Winder is far from fucking good enough. And it's way too defensive, right? And we don't have anybody else. But it's not like we tried anything else.
Yeah, but why? That's also like...
Did we also, to your point, we didn't have to do this. Aude is sitting on the bench. He's a pretty good offensive player if you put him in a wing back role. We could have created through the wings. That's the only we talked about this at nauseating length too. Like our best players right now are wingers. And it is the
only players we created in this game. The player with the most touches inside the box for anybody on the entire pitch was Harbor Miller at right back.
It's fucking awesome, dude. Fucking incredible.
We only anything from the wing. Might as well get your other young dynamic winger. You have 2 good wingers there, or wing backs.
Yeah, and the tactical decision for Garces was because he wanted Harbor Miller to get more advanced, and so he was going to have Garces cover those areas.
As if he wasn't,
As if like he already wasn't fucking doing that.
on his own. On his own.
That's what I'm saying.
Like a red card. Not getting himself sent off either.
It's a fucking joke, man.
And he's doing it for cheap. He's doing it for so cheap. It's ridiculous.
Look, Houston's a good team. They're second in the West, but like we just play on this razor thin margin of like, if it doesn't go our way, like in the slightest, we lose.
We don't make
I think
teams come at
we
us.
just
Teams
lose.
sit back and let
Just
us
lose
fall
and
apart in
drop
front of them.
points right now. Sorry, Andrew.
No,
What were you
no.
saying?
We don't even make teams like come at us. With Houston, they sat back the entire game. A lot of
Yeah.
teams have done that. Dallas did something pretty similar. They sit back, let the Galaxy fall apart in front of them. We're not even making it difficult. Teams don't have to be good to get wins against us.
No,
I think that's a perfect way to put it. It doesn't take much for a team to break down our defensive shape. So whether we want to sit back, we concede. If we go forward, we concede. We press, we concede. It reeks of coaching to me and tactical issues, but
What a
There's
shitstorm.
rot and it's everywhere. It feels like.
what a fucking joke, man. Like it's really difficult to come on here every week and talk about this, and I can tell like everybody else is feeling the same way. Like we haven't won a game in 6 matches. We're one of like, I think it's 3 teams in the entire league that haven't won a game since the break.
No, the
Like
chat. I mean, everybody,
SKC's got to fucking win. SKC, which we lost to twice. We lost to twice.
they did the double.
Oh man, this is what was super annoying about the first half of the season is they preached patience and the idea that us being in the position that we were at wasn't that big of a deal because we were competing on 2 fronts and the travel was difficult and yada yada yada. Excuse YZ, triple X, quadruple X, triple X. I don't fucking know at this point. And then we get to this stage where we sell half the team. Will says this, and now I'm going back to that comment about him saying that he needs to do a better job of getting the players for Greg, and I think that's a glass house comment. Like I think I think that was an insult. I don't think that was as complimentary to Greg as that could have been. I feels backhanded now. Like, hey, you told me like, hey, this team's not good enough, so I just fucking ripped it from its core and gave you 5 new guys or 4 new guys. You got your team now. You've got your guys. This is what you asked for. Go and do it. Right? We've had how many different rebuilds under Greg Vanney at this point?
he's had like 73 players under him.
73 players is a lot. Like usually that's a
Dude,
Chelsea.
what
entire
results
roster.
have we seen from that outside of one good season?
Missing the playoffs soon to be 4 out of 6 times.
Like that's crazy.
2 historically bad seasons where you conceded the most goals in club history.
Whatever he's got on AEG is mad.
It's not good.
Like that.
He's the only thing that he's actually got on AEG is that contract they gave him after he went 17 winless.
The G in AEG stands for Greg.
Greedy
Pretty
bastards.
I don't know, man.
Good for him.
Yeah, Burger Bob, you are going crazy. Fucking hate this fucking team right now, dude. It's unreal. Yeah, Andrew, thank you for stepping in and doing a 5 things. That would have been not awesome. LA Galaxy social media post. Tomorrow, these Polaroids will find a home. Oh,
They put
it's
something.
just fucking. It's just fucking Chucky, fucking Polaroids with his signature.
Don't care.
I hope that it's empty. I hope that bitch is empty tomorrow. Anybody that's paying their hard-earned money to be there, like,
God bless you.
fuck. Yeah, and like Grant's saying, I mentioned at the beginning, he just edited his Premier League predictions. It will be out sometime this week. I think tomorrow is what we talked about, but I can't remember. So go and check that out. 30 minutes of we've been here before. I screamed a little bit. Angry. Chat at this point is like, dude, you guys are a broken record.
Yeah, but on the bright side, at least these won't run 90 minutes anymore because we just keep talking.
Yeah,
about the same thing.
keep saying the same shit.
We can run through it a little quicker.
Yeah, the next thing is the preview for the Cali Classico.
Yeah, we should start doing predictions on what we're going to talk about next week. Chat should put
I-
prediction.
That's a great idea.
Darce's red card is a pretty
That.
good,
Let's start
pretty
that.
good bet.
That's at like minus
After this
200.
game.
Yeah.
Every time he plays, it's like minus 200. Yeah. I don't. Cali Classico again.
Woo.
Woo. They have won 1 game in their last 10. We've won 2 games in our last 10. The Cali Shitiko.
Mhm.
Bruce Arena returns to the digs, baby. I'd hope we get
That's how
up
I
for
feel
it.
about it.
Yeah, man. Like, whatever. Just another day. Life moves on Thursday. Andrew, do you have anything you want to kick off this preview with?
It's tough. The Preston Judd interview that Lacuna did that you guys showed yesterday was really pretty interesting. Always great to hear him, especially the NXG, all the things he's involved in. Nice to see that as much as we, not that we love it, but as much as we're critiquing the guys that are on the Galaxy right now, it's nice to see players doing stuff outside of soccer. Because I can imagine being just a Galaxy player, having that be your life right now is a pretty depressing thing. I'm sure JP is probably pouring himself into his music and stuff. Anyway, all of that to say, San Jose, we know they're such a bad team, but like we kind of just talked about, there doesn't need to be much to beat us. And players like Preston Judd, even Timo Werner, even in this form, they can get something against this team. Again, we kind of give it up pretty easily. We don't make them buy dinner. We don't make them invite us out. We don't make them push the issue. We arrive ready to rock and roll. So it's not looking good because, again, it's the same team. When we talk, I could repeat my same preview from when we first came back from the World Cup break. And I'm not too excited about this Dallas game because really it's the same team. These signings are on paper, but who cares? They're not here. It's the exact same situation in Dallas. It's the exact same situation in Houston. It's going to be the same situation up there. And I mean, we've seen it enough times to know what we're getting. I think if we were to predict no shots on target, if you were to put that on Kalshi, whatever now, you have a pretty good chance of hitting. But because of the same issues, we don't know if Marco Reus is going to be back. We know he's not hurt, but whether he's going to be in San Jose tomorrow, we're not sure
Should
yet.
be fine. I think we'll have him.
Yeah, he's not on the
He's
injury.
back
the
with
reports-
fantastic
He's not on
news,
the
Wait,
injury.
what?
Marco?
Yeah, he wasn't injured.
Yeah, he's not on the
Yeah,
injury report. So
Oh,
he'll be-
apparently
exactly.
a baby,
But it's still,
so he should.
we don't know
be
what
good.
that situation is. He could still not be there.
that's
And so
true.
that
She
could be
could
another game.
pop one out during the lead up to it in the next 24.
I heard Josh saying something. Yeah, so we don't know. And if that's the case, it gets very nerve-wracking. Even if Marco is available, it does change things a bit. I think it'll give us maybe another chance to see a more dynamic version of Kyogo, kind of more similar to what we saw in that Dallas game. That kind of does excite me a little bit. And again, it's Marco Reus. He can finally maybe be that glue that we've been missing. But again, behind him, it's still a big issue. Around him, it's still a big issue, especially the guy that Marco Reus is supposed to be feeding right now is, in theory, JP, our DP. So, and the form that he's in, it's very, very nerve-wracking. He looks like a player who I felt bad for him, who got snubbed out of the World Cup squad. He was, he had participated in a lot of the qualifiers. But, I don't think it was undeserved that he didn't go. But it just sucks because he was there up until the build-up and then getting dropped at the very end. I'm sure that's difficult, and he looks like a shaken player, unfortunately. He hasn't really shown any semblance of the confidence that we're used to seeing from him, hesitating at every single moment. We've had maybe 1 or 2 occasions where we've seen JP at pace and taking a shot, but those have been rare, and even when they have shown up once or twice in the past couple of games, they haven't been effective. So even if Royce is there, you think the person he's going to be feeding, if it's Puenzo, it becomes worrying. If we can get Kyogo on the ball, maybe, again, we'll have to see what it looks like if Kyogo can take a shot facing the net. We haven't really seen that yet, but it's still another question mark. So it's very difficult to see the Galaxy getting goals, and it's difficult even to see the Galaxy getting that one shot on target.
We're a fucking disaster, dude. Royce was one of the bright spots in the last Cali Classico, just because he's unreal and he's our only real creator. And with the way that we play, with force feeding everything pretty much centrally, in my opinion, and unless it's Hack trying to, put a long ball through, which actually he's been better at recently. I've been pretty impressed with Hack in a shitty team. I just don't know how we create chances. And it's going to have to be the Marco Royce show. Plus, I'm hoping that Chucky Lozano at this point is. I think it feels like this is what they were gearing up for, was to give him his start at home and the runway. I hope he's great. I'm tired of watching this team play so shit that I have no energy to do the podcast, right? And if Chucky can provide me with some level of spark again, that'd be great. I can't ask for anything at this point. I think LA Galaxy 310 commented something like, the Galaxy losing is expected, a draw is nice, and then a win would be holy shit, how did we pull this off? I think the numbers in terms of where the money's at is San Jose is at 36%. We're at 39%. And for a home team in MLS to be at 39% and the other team to be at 36 is so telling. Usually those splits are the home team's 50 plus.
We were 20 in Houston, to put it into context. We had a 20% chance of winning. Not even 50 or 36. But yes, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at the table, right? So we've played that extra game on everybody. And so this weekend, I'm looking at 7th place, right? Even the play-in, if we get in, we're going to have to play Vancouver in a best of 3 series, which I just wouldn't expect anyone us to win. So let's just say 7th place is the goal, right? So that you can get yourself into a game against a Houston or an LAFC. Real Salt Lake is currently sitting there with 28 points, and they've played 18 games. So we've played 2 more matches than RSL. They played Dallas this weekend, who are in 5th. And so the margin, right, if RSL wins this weekend, they go to 31 points. If we don't win, we are stuck at 22 points. And then, our gap keeps shrinking. That's 9 points, 3 games. We can't win 2 games in a row. Can't win 1 game. So I can't expect us to go on a run.
And we have less games to do it than everybody else. Everybody's got a game in hand on us.
It's a really daunting task. Like I said, I feel like this has to be the run. The run has to be this stretch of games. And look, we're getting reinforcements, right? Chucky's finally going to get his first 90, and then we're going to get Sergio Roberto, and maybe there's some health things that come back into play, Royce, Klaus, but it almost feels like it's too little too late. Even if those guys come in, they're going to have 10 games to gel into a team. Is that enough time with the rest of the conference also gelling right now? A lot of teams are getting back into the groove of things because everyone had this break. Everyone had this chance to chop it up, and we didn't even have a fucking Leagues Cup to deal with. We didn't have a Leagues Cup to deal with. All these teams had Leagues Cup to deal with. All the fucking excuse that we had with CCC, all these other teams have had to deal with 3 extra games on their plate. We didn't. Sat here with our fucking cocks in our hands and have done fucking jack all. And now we go into this Cali Classico, which every game we've said since we've come back has been a must win, and we've fucking lost or drawn.
Yeah.
And we've got a team that clearly needs to bounce back. What better way to bounce back than to just have the Galaxy up on a tee for you? That's what it feels like. Every team that needs a little extra boost, a little motivation to their thing, just fucking tee us up, baby. Gone. 95 mile an hour right down the middle for Shohei Ohtani to just fucking send it to Jupiter.
Yep.
I don't know. Let's talk about the Smurfs for a little bit. I hate them, so I want to see them lose. Preston Judd's back. He was cool. That interview that Rob did with him was really cool, just from the fact that he's super down to earth and he is a G. He hinted at some things, and Rob even mentioned it a little bit of maybe he's got a little nudge, hint. I don't like Greg Vanney as much as you guys do right now, and he's got 11 goals this season. I think he's their danger man, if you had to put it into no better words, but I feel like he's going to score a hat trick, and he's going to do that dog celebration. right in front of Riot Squad.
I hope he does it in front of
Yeah.
fucking Benny.
Oh yeah.
That would be sick, dude. Top 10 coldest celebrations.
Dude,
Fuck it. Pick up a yellow and then get into a fight with Greg.
There you go. We thought it'd be Chucky, but it'll be Judd, a real G.
Real G.
Chucky
Real
will
G's
help
move in silence like a lasagna.
There you go.
I'm so tired, man. Do you want to? Does anyone want to talk about Timo?
I haven't followed him too close.
I don't really have anything to say about them.
They're
It
not
doesn't matter,
good either. They're not
It
good
doesn't
either.
matter, but like
It's-
we can't say that. We can't say
No.
that with that attitude anymore because we're fucking dog shit.
yeah,
It doesn't matter if they don't have anything.
They're
They
all-
probably have less.
it's the Spider-Man meme of just like shit. Like we're just like all like.
Yeah.
Ah,
22 points, baby. They haven't won. This is how bad the Western Conference is, and this is how bad we've been to not capitalize on how bad the Western Conference has been. They have won one match in their last 10, and they're in 4th fucking place.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
Well, when you said Dallas was in 5th, I was confused, honestly, because
it takes hardly anything to be successful, and we don't even have
It-
hardly anything.
it just takes a couple of wins to be in the running, and we
yeah,
can't
yeah.
even do that, which is the frustrating part.
Houston, I think they're on a 5-match unbeaten streak, but they've won 4 games in a row, so 12 points, right? They had 22 points, same as the Galaxy, and they went on a 4-game win streak, and they're in 2nd place. It's driving me nuts, man. Houston's not
All
a
we
better
gotta do
team
is
than us on
win,
paper.
guys. You know,
The
you just gotta
the
start
talent.
winning.
Look, did anybody look
we-
at that talent on Houston and go, "That's just a disgustingly better team than the LA Galaxy"?
No, we got out tactic.
No. Yeah, that's every week.
We
lose
got
every
out coached. If you're playing a defensive team, it's more likely than not that you got out coached and you lose to that defensive team. Like that's the case. It's not that you played fucking 11 of the most diabolical defenders you've seen. It's because they're well coached and they're structured and they communicate, none of which I feel that we are and have. Vanny out, man.
Vanny out. Everyone needs to start doing the chant in the stadium to really get the
Need to be
vibe.
no, stop fucking going to the stadium and be outside the stadium chanting Vanny out until they fucking escort him out in a
I'm telling
helicopter.
you, we gotta go to the game, do that tailgate, and not go inside the stadium. Just watch it there.
Look, dude.
I'm not giving them. I don't want to
I'm
give
not
them
paying
money.
them.
Not even the parking.
Yeah.
Not even
I'm not paying them $40 to fucking
lose every
protest.
We lose every week. You're nothing special. We lose
we'll
every week.
protest at the 7-Eleven across the street.
Need to fucking blockade the parking lot or something. I need to stop.
We're really never going to be allowed back at Diggs. I do want to pivot the conversation because I think that this is important for a couple of different things. One, LAFC fans are not happy with their team right now.
I know.
And look, I actually understand it to a certain degree. To a certain degree. The way that they are going about it, not okay. Because look, like,
No, but it's
Dos
not.
Santos
But
has-
it's also fucking.
but I understand it.
Expectations.
I
and
understand,
fucking
yeah.
standards. Where are the fucking standards? They have the standards. They're
The
in
reason
4th or what? What are they in now?
third.
They're in
They've-
3rd, and they're screaming for their manager to get sacked.
Yep.
And you know what? It might fucking happen if they scream hard
Yeah.
enough. We
Yeah.
could do a whole lot, and they still would not sack Greg Benny.
The reason that I actually think that they're more similar to AG than we give them credit for. They're not going to sack him. Like Dos Santos will stay because that's what they did with Trondolo for years. The reason that they have consistency even with the manager switch is they haven't changed at all. Like their talent is really good, right? Like they've had really talented players. Like they've got Son and Bawanga. Like having Bawanga just makes you a better team. It's like having Ricky. The only difference is they've been counterattacking since they came into the league. Like they know what they are, they know what they're good at. They just haven't found a way to evolve. And so for the same reason that we're upset because our team isn't evolving, right? They're also upset. The only difference is they have a Denny Bawanga and a human son, and we have a Chucky Lozano currently and a Joseph Paintsel, right? Like, and if we're talking about where those players are at in terms of their career, like Denny Bouanga has been a top 5 player in the league since he came in.
He's a much stronger Band-Aid for any manager. For
Yeah.
sure.
I mean,
He's
look,
gonna paper over cracks.
right. And I honestly think that Dos Santos isn't getting enough credit for the lack of movement that they've had in general. Like, he's been playing a center back DM for most of the year, similar to us, right? Like the hack stuff, but actually not a hack player at all. Like they're a bigger issue in terms of like they needed to take a leap and go try to win a championship, and they're not doing it, which could be their downfall eventually. But they just have a way stronger baseline, like tactically and throughout their academies. Like they have constant players coming in that are youth players. To my point about Rindov not playing, like a guy like Rindov, if they were going through a stretch like this, would probably get a shot, or at least they would go out and try to make a market opportunity and make something happen. Their standards, to Mila's point, are just a lot higher than ours are. They missed the playoffs one time and they didn't let it happen again. We are totally content with not making the playoffs again because we'll just kick it down the road to December. And then we're at the sprint season, and then it's like, do we really even care at that point? Like, it's not a real season.
Yep.
I don't know. That's it's less of like they're just more consistent on everything in terms of their standards, and their fans are more consistent too. I see a lot, honestly, like as much as we're upset and you guys are a part of the fans that are really invested in the team, most casual fans could give two shits right now. Like they're just like, hey, Chucky's in the stands. Like we'll be there. We'll be there. It doesn't matter. I don't even know how we've talked for 46 minutes. I don't got anything else to say.
Vanny out.
Yeah. Let's just do a combined 11, or not combined 11, but a predicted 11 and predickies, and then leave. So chat, let us know your predictions. I will put them up on screen for this match. Let me know if you're positive, negative, somewhere in between.
If you're positive, let me know what you're taking. I would like a prescription.
Sure. JT, Harbor, Glessness, Yoshida, Aude. Maybe don't reward Nelson for giving away a cheap pen.
You would think so, and I feel like that dynamic that those two have had is like every couple of games there was kind of a rotation, and it feels
That's
like
part
it's
of our problem, in my opinion.
We've
talked about it before too. We never have a consistent defense, and then we wonder why these guys look discombobulated and disjointed.
I just last game that Aude played was the San Jose game, and he looked good. I watched him in person. I was like, yeah, this is a good game from Aude, and then we haven't seen him since. I don't know. Like, I don't know why do we have him on the scene? This has been 3 straight fucking years of this same Aude story of I watch him play and I go, yeah, he's got talent. He's clearly good enough to play. And then he doesn't play. So what's the point? This is a U22 spot. Yeah. We still have a U22 spot open. Are we going to use it? Probably not. We'll just get it in December. Everything is in December.
Not use any U22.
No, just because we should. And DPs too. Let's just get rid of all of them. Let's just play with nobody. Let's zero it out. Okay, so maybe Nelson's probably the safer pick because, to your point, we need consistency. All right. Hack, Sanabria, Royce.
Was that almost Saria?
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of the last SJ lineup, and he played.
Sanabria. Yeah, Royce. Kiego, Chucky.
Pant.
It builds itself. I'm fine with that. It just has to. They need to fucking just play direct.
They won't. We're at home, baby. Got to take the ball. Got to show the fans.
What fans?
You and me, baby. I'm going delirious, man.
Thank God for the Premier League.
Yeah, I'm prepping the game tomorrow with seeing La La Land beforehand so that I can really be depressed. So if I'm like during the 5 things afterwards just crying, like it's not because of the Galaxy, I can tell you that much. It's because La La Land's the best.
You'll be in a good headspace for your return. The people have kind of missed your energy and the 5 things for sure.
Dude, I don't want to be angry, man. I don't want to be angry.
You
I'm
see what the
angry,
Galaxy
right?
are doing to him, like
You're
Rick
the
Manning.
you're the
Look what
Hulk, Dylan.
Oh, I'm like Bruce Banner.
Bruce
That's
Banner.
badass.
That's my
Eh,
secret.
I'm always angry. Okay. Let's do predictions. Let's look at what people in chat are saying. Joe Cool has got a 2-2 Kyogo and Chucky score. I like it. Cool Will, thank you for joining the live for the first time. Like last match. 1-1 draw.
These 1-1s, these 2-2s, to me, this feels like another Galaxy team. These would be predicted wins. Like the homers, I think of you, Dylan, you know,
Yeah.
that just you won't predict a loss. And I feel like
won't.
more and more of us are kind of fading from that. You know, we're kind of dipping into predicting more and more draws. I know I have for sure. I've predicted more draws this season than I think I did last season even. So it's very, very, I feel like a lot of people are losing the faith, even like the most, you know, your most faith-driven fans, you would say, your most diehard, they're kind of reading the tea leaves. The tea is getting real bitter. It's hard not to.
It is. If I'm being completely honest with you, there is no plan. The front office doesn't give a shit. We just had it. Look, man, if you have what happened in, what was that, 2023? The end of 23? The protests, the riots.
That's
Was
the
that
only
23?
way to do anything is to fucking make it very clear and obvious that there is an absence in the stadium and there is a disconnect between the front office and what the fans want. But unfortunately, we have no control over that. That really comes down to the fan sections that make all the noise during the thing. So as long as they keep going and keep supporting, then none of this matters because they're going to keep, you're going to say it's loud in the stadium. People come for blah, blah DJ. People come for blah, blah collab night. And like, it's just going to continue.
It might be just because I'm so dejected at the team in general. Like, I don't even think that it matters. Like, if you had a protest 3 years ago about the same fucking shit, then they don't give
what
a
happened
shit.
after? What happened after?
We got a new GM, and then we won a trophy.
We won a
But,
trophy. Like that's what they're in their head. They're like, oh, that's in the past because we responded to that protest with a trophy, and now you have to be satisfied.
Yeah, and
just
that's
hold on to that for the next decade, and you'll be all right, Sean. Like
that's a bigger
fucking
MLS
ridiculous.
problem too. That's a bigger MLS problem. The amount of people, and this is why the LAFC thing, like, people are getting on them for being like upset at what is happening. It's like, no, guys, like, when the best teams in the league, if this was a Manchester City or an Arsenal or a United, these people are losing their fucking head. Like, even United fans right now, when we're talking about transfers and stuff, are fucking losing their heads and are calling for their ownership group to essentially eat shit, right? And that's just the standard of what big clubs do. We are the Manchester United of MLS, and they don't give a shit, right? And we can call them out. Like, we do this on the pod all the time. But honestly, like, they don't give a shit about the protests or anything. It has no effect to them. The money comes in from MLS. The Apple TV deal gets their money. They could give two shits if we win.
It's just noise.
I don't agree with that, honestly. There's a difference between not winning and then not having people in the stands. If you have no one in the stands, it doesn't matter. Like that's a big visual issue.
They haven't.
You can't show a game where it's what.
Like in four out of the last 6 years, we have not had people in the stands.
I know, but then we still have people in the fucking fan sections that are making it sound like there's people in the stands, so they can work their camera angles to make it work. It doesn't matter that the general fan has no power, and that's fine. They're just there to fill up seats and get ticket revenue. If the ultras and the quote unquote ultras are satisfied with the performances and they keep showing up and keep doing what they do every week, then why the fuck would they change?
It's hard for me to get on them because they've already all paid their money. It's front, you know what I mean? Like
they fucking renewed their season ticket after last season. Like, come on.
They thought
like
was gonna come back.
I get it's part of a culture and it's a lifestyle. Like like it's not just about the team, but
Yeah,
I mean,
this
like,
this is.
sure.
I mean, I am
What
right. Like
do
we
we
are.
already are. Like we are. What do we we come
I
in here,
guess,
we talk
but this.
every freaking week, and we don't go to the games, we don't spend our money, don't even wear the jerseys anymore. Like what more can we do? We don't pay them for tickets. Like I this is all we can do, unfortunately. The people that are consistently in the stands, what
I don't really. I think this is the issue, and this is honestly, it's just anger getting fired at everybody. Right? It's just like there is nothing to do anymore. I don't think they give a shit enough.
I think it's the. I feel like if you're talking about your partner, right? Your partner not giving a shit about you, what you do in that situation is you leave. And I think you go look
Agreed.
at like a different product. Go watch an Orange County game. You know, go watch USL. Like do something else. You know, move on. I think is kind of the situation, and it's awful. The way I look at it, the Galaxy right now, this is the dream situation for an MLS owner, for the MLS. I'm sure when Don Garber, whoever goes to a billionaire to pitch them to buy an expansion team, they use the Galaxy's model right now to I'm sure as an example, you can have a brand that prints you money, focus on winning one title every now and then kind of sit back. It's the ideal situation. And it's a MLS thing, it's a Galaxy thing, but it's major. So I think if you're tired of that, don't watch MLS. Don't choose that product. Pick a different product. I'll say I've been to USL games where my club's president has bought me a beer. You know, you'll never get that at an MLS game. It's very different structure. I'm not gonna glaze USL because they have a bunch of issues as well. If you kind of even have followed the start of the season, but there is the player boycott where they're not paying players. Definitely lots of issues. But if we talk about there's nothing to do, unfortunately, the only option we're left with is leaving. And it's a very difficult question. I think of myself leaving. You know, I was born into this. This is something that connects me to my father. If I were to lose that link to my dad, like that's deep. You know, we're talking about something I would have to mourn. But that's what this club is making a lot of us face. And it's awful. And it sucks. But
It does suck.
you know, maybe go down to Irvine and maybe they'll buy you a beer instead of try to force you to pay 20 times more or 20% more on a season ticket to watch a losing team again.
Yeah, I mean, look, we do just complain on the net. That's our product, and this is our way of protesting. To act like the LA Galaxy in their front office doesn't see some of the stuff that we put out would be naive. In my opinion, I think they know, and they know that a lot of us in this content game for the LA Galaxy, whether this be Lacuna or Corner of the Galaxy, or they're looking at the live chats, that's what these people's jobs are. It's all online, and we're one of the people online, and this is how we voice our displeasure. And we're just giving out ideas. Like whatever anybody decides to do with their money is their money. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. I'm telling you, this is what me and Mila are doing, right? And this is what me and Mila and Andrew
don't
are doing.
complain.
Yeah.
If you're going to consistently give them your money, don't complain. Like, in my opinion.
Yeah, we can't walk. We can't walk that line. And to be fair, that's why we stopped. I've been to one game. I went to one game this season. And it wasn't even because I really wanted to see the product. It was to be there with Mila and Andrew and honestly see you guys. Like that was it. This team isn't giving us anything to root for or hope for, and it sucks.
I didn't even start heavily supporting this team when we were good yet. That wasn't what drew me to this team. But now we don't even have the ability to go. We were going to every game every week, and it will 5 years ago, we didn't really have any income. It was affordable. Now it's becoming such a luxury to go to the LA Galaxy, the most accredited team in the MLS, who are fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
So to me, again, if we were not getting priced out, and again, it's still affordable to go to these games, but why the fuck do we pay a premium to watch this shit? It's not like we're playing good footy and losing. That would satisfy some people. That might satisfy me. It's not like we're winning and playing bad footy. We're fucking playing terrible footy. Our stars are not popping off. And they just keep raising the prices. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. And Stacks, this is exactly Mila's point. You guys are the lifeline of the club. And
You
that's
guys go
kind of
and
the thing.
Go and give them everything that they want. This is it keeps them alive. I'm saying you guys have power. I'm not trying to take anything away from you guys.
You guys, if there was ever going to be change enacted, it's because you guys are what keeps them going. And when you guys speak, it's louder than when we speak. And that'll always be the case. Because the supporter groups are literally what keeps the club afloat. In the good times, the bad times, you guys are what keeps them going.
But what
And get banned.
You don't have to go light a flare in there. All right, whatever.
Yeah, I think
We're on the
You
same
guys do
side,
whatever
is what
the
I
hell you
thought.
want, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like this is as far as I'll go. If we want to organize protests, we can do that. But again, if they have seats in the stands, they don't give a shit. We've talked about this basically all pod. They don't give a fuck. If people keep buying $25, $35 Modelos and Micheladas, they don't give a fuck. Like, I don't know. It really sucks. Is the main point. It's that going to the Galaxy, going to the Digs was a very enjoyable thing to do whenever we had a home game. And now even going every once in a while seems to be dreadful. And yeah, this is the state of the most accredited club in the MLS. Interdivision amongst the fans, interdivision amongst the front office. I'm sure there's division amongst the players. And we can't get a fucking win.
No. Yeah.
Not even
They're ripping
Sean?
us apart. They're ripping us apart from the inside. That's what they've done. They don't care. They don't care that they're ripping everyone apart from the inside. It doesn't matter to them. The checks keep clearing, so why does it matter? Let's do our predictions and we can get on out of here. Andrew, you want to get us started?
Yeah, I do. Man. It's been difficult for me to predict the LA Galaxy scoring. This is the first time I think I've thought about it for more than a second, I think, in a while this season. Because there is that question mark. Chucky did look like he was raining out there. Maybe he can be more active. And maybe if Royce is there too, things can look a little bit different. Maybe that can push the needle. But it's difficult to say because there are still ifs. We really don't even know 100% if Royce is going to be there. And even if Chucky does play, let's say Royce isn't there, but Chucky can play, you would think, okay, can a new DP drive us forward? That should be the idea. If you look at hierarchy, Chucky's your DP. On paper, he should be doing more than Royce. So let's see if he can do that, and that becomes a tall order. So it's difficult for me to say he can get one goal. So I think another version of me might have said 2-1 if maybe I do know that Royce is there and I do know that Chucky can maybe pick up a lot of slack on his own. But since I don't know that, I'm going to go with the 2-0.
2-0?
Yeah, San Jose. I don't see us keeping that clean sheet. If it's going to be Maya and Glesnes again, which is okay, but it's going to be that, if not the same front three, you can argue a less defensive front three once you throw Royce in there. So that makes, even more of a defensive question as well, which I think adds even more holes. So, yeah, I think 2 for San Jose.
I'm a homer. I won't predict us to lose. Fuck, man. 2-1. 2-1 Chucky. I'm not even going to reason 2-1 Chucky. Mila?
1-1. JT. This is the state of the club.
What a tough one. Eli, You know what? I feel like this is a good idea. Thank you for the super. Let's draft an all-time 11. Why not? Why not? We'll just put a combined 11 of our favorite Galaxy players because fuck it. I feel like there's only one answer for goalie, but like there's another guy that I would throw in there. Andrew, who would you have in net?
I'm like just going through the list. I like the idea of Jorge Campos, if anything, just to see the jersey.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think there's really only one answer, but like Ricketts would be cool. I wouldn't mind, you know. I like doing some Ricketts. Again, we'll go Campos in that makes sense. Right back.
This one's fun. I feel like recency bias. I like, Mickey, because I feel like a
Prime Mickey
can give you so much.
Prime Mickey, yeah.
Just because I miss him, I think I want to say him.
I love the Araujo too, though. I know he was
Mason
with
Araujo.
us, but I'm such a fan.
That was electric.
Who would you guys have at right back?
I
If you
miss
could
a
pick
good
one. Oh, Pinedo was a good one. Yeah.
grateful.
Center backs. Greg Vanny.
I think so. Yeah, I do.
I think Omar deserves love. Right? He was unreal during some of those championship years.
Frustrating at times.
So, yeah, of course, he was Omar. He was AJ, right? He was still versatile. Yeah, I feel like you just picked those two. I mean, Vanny actually deserves a shout. I feel like he was good during those
on
years.
the list for sure. Yeah. For me.
Okay, I like Omar and Vanny. I think it's also funny if we don't include Vanny as the coach. Left back, Donovan's not a bad shout. Ashik Cole would be in my list of guys.
Yeah. My mind went.
Donovan's probably the right answer. You have to remember, like most of our knowledge is like post, like for me in particular, it's like 08 on. That's when I got into soccer. So a lot of the guys from beforehand, I don't know all of their lore, and I didn't get to see them. So that's our back. We'll go with Donovan. I feel like that's the right answer. Midfield.
This is where we have a lot of
Ricky.
fun. Yeah.
Ricky for sure.
Yeah.
I would throw Cien on there, but it feels like he'd be my bench player just because he's basically copy paste Ricky.
Yeah,
but I love Isalvi as well. But my dad, he would tell me watching Ricky reminds him a lot of watching Cienfuegos back in the day. Very similar, play styles and stuff. So I like the idea of those two together. That'd be a ton of fun.
Let's do it. Let's go with those two. And then the third one, I have like immense love for Juninho. Like immense love for Juninho. I thought he was, yeah.
I like them a lot. I love seeing him press conferences as well with like the Brazilian players. It's cool that he's still super involved. He's a G for sure. One of those textbook guys.
God, he was so fucking awesome, man. He was so awesome. I want to fit him in, and we can do some maneuvering to get the front three I think we all have in mind. I'm assuming we all have the same front three. It's just the greatest front three ever. It's just Donovan, Keane, and Beckham. It can't be anyone else. Like if it was anybody else, it'd be disingenuous. You know what? There was a video recently I saw on social media where people were saying like the Mount Rushmore. Like we did that, and I felt like it was pretty straightforward. And then all of a sudden, like a bunch of people were saying Ibra, and I was like, he was fucking awesome. Don't get me wrong, but we didn't win anything with him.
Exactly.
I think that's
the thing,
Rushmore
though.
without a winner.
That's just Ibra, though.
He was fucking cool. Don't get me wrong.
That's Ibra. Like he's a spectacle, and you're not gonna fucking win, but you're gonna fucking see a guy that's he's a specimen.
It was really cool. Don't get me wrong. I didn't enjoy watching.
That's just what you get when you get
but
someone that doesn't cares more about himself than the rest of the squad. Dude,
like he legitimately trucked that moment of like him throwing the jet out of the wall. Oh, never mind. I understand it. I just don't think he can.
I get it, but that's fair. I get also him not making ours. but for
Yeah.
it to be like blasphemous, I don't know. I understand.
I think
No,
there's
I understand it. I just
There's
it
younger
personally-
fans too, like
No, that's a good
younger
point.
than us that have like memories of Ibra at a young
Yeah, he
age.
was
I'm
nuts.
sure that was like really cool. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
he was really cool. I'm not saying that he wasn't. When we're picking the 11 for me, like Juninho would probably be the guy that like I would swap out for Beckham, but I would probably still put more like a more natural right winger. Like Robbie Keane is the greatest MLS player I have ever seen in my entire life. He's the greatest MLS player I had ever seen in my entire life. The dude was just unfucking real. And then he had the coolest celly.
Yeah.
That
Saw that.
somersault into the guns was the coolest fucking thing. I hope there is a dream of dreams. There is somewhere in the wishing star of Disney, somewhere deep in there, only a child could dream of, where Vanny gets sacked and Keno comes in and we win 50 years in a row, and he's our Pep or our Sir Alex.
This doesn't happen anymore.
Let me dream, man. Let me dream. Now, Ibra, you could absolutely fit into any of those things. He's unreal. So, Eli, thank you for the positivity super chat at the end there. I think we all needed that. Jeez. Andrew, you want to plug your stuff? Milo, you can plug our other podcasts. I'll plug the channel as a whole, and then we'll get on out of here.
Yeah, NGF Andrew on Twitter, Nuestra Galaxia Futbolera. Got some opinions that are going to be out on there. Twitter is probably the main place right now. It's a nice space for me. I like it there. Instagram, we've got some things as well, some reposts, a lot of the C.O.C stuff. But check out the Twitter for sure. And yeah, we're here. C.O.C.
Eli, thank you for the super chat. For me personally, yes. I genuinely thought Keane was the greatest MLS player I'd ever seen. Like, his prime was better than, in my opinion, any of those primes. He was unfucking real. Messi's like not... Messi shouldn't be included in these answers because he's Messi, right? He shouldn't. Like, he really shouldn't. He's just Messi. But I personally, for me, I would have put him over any of those other players. Keane, bar for bar, was one of the greatest players I had ever seen in my life. Genuinely had me like, whoa, Irish people are sick. All right, Mila, our other podcast.
Clash of Clubs. We've been back, but the Prem is now back. So it's about to get way more exciting. Dylan and I are still waiting for Bombas.
It's not happening, man.
We'll go ballistic if that does happen. So keep your ears to the streets. If you see Fabricio or David Ornstein talk about anything, Manchester United, Man City, Dylan and I will post a video very quickly.
That we will. Mi bomba. Our big bomba is the goal of getting to 900 before Friday, before Arsenal kickoff. Our goal is 900. We're at 894. You guys have been incredible, and I know that it's been a little fiery in chat today, which is good. I like the back and forth. That's what we're here for, is discussion, and you guys have made this channel a lot more enjoyable to be a part of and do and everything. So we aren't anything without you guys, so we appreciate you a ton. Like I said, 6 more. If you got 6 homies that you're like, hey, they might like a little cock, send them our way. 6 subs, baby. That's all we ask for. Chat, again, thank you guys for tonight. I'm Dylan. That's Mila. That's Mr. GF Andrew. We have been Clash of Cosmos. This has been episode 58. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Highland champions! They're going to go alone. Still back! What a goal! It's 6. They just cannot stop scoring. The volley from Votto. Yes! San Jose carved open with a world-class pass from Ricky Pooch. Glittering Galaxy, and Landon Donovan is the match winner.